Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rhynes, and I'm excited to bring you another episode. This is one of over 80 episodes released monthly for your enjoyment. You can find more Western shows at our website by going to OTRwesterns.com. Now, let's get into this episode.
Now, as gunshots echo across the wind-swept, snow-covered reaches of the wild Northwest, Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, the breakfast cereal shot from guns, present Sergeant Preston of the Yukon. It's Yukon King, swiftest and strongest lead dog of the Northwest, blazing the trail for Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police in his relentless pursuit of lawbreakers.
On King! On, you husky!
Gold discovered in the Yukon. A stampede to the Klondike in the wild race for riches. Back to the days of the gold rush. With Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, bringing you the adventures of Sergeant Preston and his wonder dog, Yukon King, as they meet the challenge of the Yukon. There's no one that can make a better cereal than Quaker Puffed Wheat. It's neat. And when you hear that shootin', you're darn tootin'. The Quaker makes the ones shot from guns. Yes, here's a taste treat you want to repeat. Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice. These famous ready-to-serve breakfast cereals are actually shot from guns to make them bigger and better tasting. They have a come-back-for-more nut-like flavor, a come-again tender crispness. So make sure the big red and blue packages of Quaker Puffed Rice and Quaker Puffed Wheat are on your breakfast table every morning. For a moment, Bill Chalmers held the gaze of the smiling, silver-haired man sitting at the desk. Then he clenched his fists. He circled the desk and walked to the window. He stood there with his back to the room, looking out into the night and fighting to control his temper. There was no sense in flying off the handle. Harry Wilson could be convinced this was a good investment, if only the right arguments could be found. Bill spoke slowly.
Let's start from the beginning, Harry. I've leased all the benchland on Rainbow Creek. I've prospected it, and the gravel's rich in gold. All that's necessary is water, and that can be piped from the head of the creek. $10,000 will cover the entire cost of the equipment. I'm offering you a 50% interest.
Suddenly, a shot rang out, and Bill whirled. He had a vague impression of the office door closing, but his real attention was riveted on the man seated at the desk. He was slumped back in his chair. A red stain was slowly creeping across his white shirt front.
Shot through the heart.
Bill started for the door. His foot hit a metal object that skidded across the floor.
Hey.
He picked it up. A gun. It had just been fired. Bill covered the remaining distance of the door and threw it open. Outside in the dimly lit corridor, Bill turned to the left. In that direction, the corridor ran to the rear door of the cafe. There was no one in sight. In the other direction, the corridor opened on the dance hall. Bill saw a man there with a full light on his face.
Curly.
The man disappeared. But almost at once, the corridor was filled with other men from the dance hall. They stopped when they saw Bill with a gun in his hand. He turned and ran to the rear door. 10 minutes later, Sergeant Preston shouldered his way through the crowd in the corridor and entered the office. Inside, he found the bartender, Smitty, with the dead man.
Made it fast, Sergeant.
I only stopped to notify Doc Mundy. He'll be here in a few minutes.
There's nothing for him to do. Harry's dead.
Yes, Doc will make out the certificate. All right, Smitty. Tell me everything you can.
Well, Sergeant, half an hour ago, Harry was out front, mingling with the customers, seeing that everything was going smoothly. Bill Chalmers came in. He wanted to talk to Harry about a business proposition. Harry took him back here to the office. About 10 minutes ago, we heard a shot. Came running. When we started down the hall, we saw Bill standing in front of the office with a gun in his hand. He turned and ran, ducked out the rear door.
No one followed him?
No, he was armed. None of us were.
You think Bill shot Harry Wilson?
Well, Sergeant, everyone in Dawson knows what a temper Bill has. We saw him standing there with a gun in his hand. Couldn't have been more than a minute after the shot was fired.
Any idea what the business proposition was that he wanted to talk to Harry about?
Well, Harry's grub staked a lot of miners.
Bill doesn't need a grub stake.
No. Probably had something to do with that bench land he leased on Rainbow Creek.
Oh, he may need capital to develop that.
Yeah, it could be. If that's what he was after, I'll bet Harry refused him.
Oh, still, that's hardly a motive for murder.
It wouldn't be a motive for most men, but Bill goes berserk when he gets mad. Used to be Curly Randolph was able to calm him down when they were partners over a year ago. Now, Mary Archer's about the only one who has any influence with him.
She has a great deal of influence, Smitty. I had an idea she was teaching him to control his temper. He hasn't been in a fight for 6 months.
No, not in here anyway.
And then to suddenly... Well, he must be found at any rate. Oh, here's the doctor and Constable Downey. King and I'll get after Bill.
There were too many tracks in the snow outside the cafe for King to pick up a trail. And so the sergeant headed for the Palace Hotel where Bill lived. No one had seen him there. But the sergeant found a bandana in his room to give King the scent. Starting from the cafe, King led the sergeant to the rear of Mary Archer's restaurant, where Mary had her living quarters. The dog run was empty, and there were sled tracks leading toward the Klondike. King wanted to follow them.
I understand, boy. He's been here and borrowed Mary's dog team. I want to talk to Mary.
Just a moment. Oh, it's you, Sergeant. I was just on my way to headquarters.
You've been crying.
Yes, but it didn't take long to get over that foolishness. I decided something must be done.
I'm looking for Bill.
I know. He's taken my team, but before you go after him, I wish you'd come in here for a few minutes and let me tell you something.
Of course. Wherever Bill's gone, King will be able to trail him easily. If you can throw any light on what happened tonight, I'll be glad to listen.
I don't know what happened, but I do know what didn't happen.
Oh, that might help.
Sit down, please.
Thank you.
Now, let me think. I want to get it just as Bill told it to me.
Take your time.
Bill was in Harry's office. He was looking out the window with his back to the room. He heard a shot and saw the door of the office closing as he turned around. He saw Harry sitting there, slumped in his chair, with a bullet wound in his chest. As he started toward the door, he stumbled over a gun lying on the floor, the gun which had been used to kill Harry. Bill picked it up and went out into the hall. There was no one toward the rear of the building. There was a man standing at the other end of the corridor where the lights from the dance hall caught his face. It was Curly.
Curly wasn't around when I got there 10 minutes later.
No, Sergeant. He turned and ran while Bill was looking at him.
Oh?
Then other men started down the corridor toward Bill, and Bill headed out the rear door, hoping to circle the building and catch Curly coming out the front door. He was too late, but he saw Curly driving his team down Front Street toward the Klondike. He came straight here to borrow my team to go after him.
And Bill believes that Curly shot Harry Wilson.
Yes, Sergeant. Opened the door, shot him, and then threw the gun into the room and ran, hoping that Bill would be blamed for the murder.
That borders on the fantastic.
Oh, it can't be true.
Do you believe that Bill fired the shot himself, then?
Oh, no, Sergeant. I'm sure he was telling the truth about what happened in the office. Someone shot Harry and threw the gun into the office, but it wasn't Curly.
There was no one else around.
There must have been. It wasn't Curly.
Why are you so sure of that?
Because in spite of their breaking up as partners, Curly still likes Bill. Curly was here for supper this evening, and we were talking about Bill and the Rainbow Creek development. Curly would like nothing better than to put up the money Bill needs.
Did you tell Bill that?
I had no chance to tell him anything. I was taken by surprise and shocked at his being involved in a murder. He was gone before I could start thinking straight.
Any idea why Curly should be heading out of town?
Why, no. I hadn't thought about that part of it. Why should he be leaving town?
I can think of one possible reason.
What?
That he saw someone near the door of the office.
Yes, that's it. And he's gone after whoever it was.
It's a possibility. I'm going back to the cafe.
But aren't you going after Bill and Curly and the murderer?
I must have a talk with Constable Downey first. By this time, he should have questioned all the men who were in the cafe at the time the shot was fired. Come on, King.
Harry Wilson's body had been taken to the hospital so the doctor could remove the slug which caused his death. Constable Downey was using the cafe owner's office to question the men who had been in the cafe at the time of the shooting. He showed the sergeant the notes he had made.
Here's a list of the men who saw Bill standing outside the office door with a gun in his hand.
Complete list, Jim?
Well, no, Sergeant. There seems to be one name missing. Smitty's almost sure that Curly Randolph was standing at the entrance to the corridor when he reached it. Pushed Curly aside as he started for the office.
That checks, then.
Checks what, Sergeant?
The story Bill told Mary Archer, that he saw Curly at the end of the corridor.
Has Bill denied the shooting?
Yes, and accused Curly. However... Yes?
Someone out here to see you, Sergeant.
Who is it?
Silas Mason. He just drove into town from up the Klondike.
Bring him in.
Come on, Sergeant.
You come in, too, Smitty. Shut that door behind you.
Yes, sir.
Well, Si, you pass anyone on the trail getting here?
That I did, Sergeant. Bill Chalmers. They tell me he's wanted for murder. I passed him just a mile outside of town.
Pass anyone else?
Curly Randolph.
What? Randolph.
That all?
Well, no. The first sled I passed was driven by Charlie Nash. Joe Rogers was riding it. They were about a half a mile ahead of Curly. But there's no connection between them and the shooting, is there?
That's what we have to find out. Were either Joe or Charlie in the cafe tonight, Smitty?
Why, yeah, Sergeant.
At the time of the shooting?
Oh, a little before. Charlie asked me where Harry was, and I told him in the office with Bill. Said he was tied up.
Did either Charlie or Joe enter the corridor that led to the office?
I don't know.
What did Charlie want to see Harry about?
Oh, money, I suppose. Harry had grub staked them.
When was that?
Last fall. They staked a claim on Last Ditch Creek. Harry gave him $500 to buy supplies. I suppose they've run out.
Or struck it rich. What was their arrangement with Harry?
Oh, he was to get a third of all the gold they took out of the claim.
And if he should die before any gold was taken out?
Well, I suppose it was the usual partnership agreement. In case of death, the dead man's share goes to the other partners.
Jim, I don't have time to go through Harry's papers and find that partnership agreement. Will you do that?
Of course.
I believe it'll be important to the case.
So do I.
With Curly following Charlie and Joe and Bill following Curly, it's time that King and I hit the trail. I intend to bring all four of those back here with me and...
May I say a word, Sergeant?
Yes, Silas.
If they keep driving the way I saw them, straight down the middle of the river and as fast as their dogs can travel, you'll find them at the bottom of the Klondike. That warm spell we had this week is done for the ice. It's rotten. And with the fresh snow we've had covering it up...
Thanks for the warning, Silas. Let's go, King.
We'll continue our adventure in just a moment. Well, look who's coming over our way today. The old sourdough who struck it rich up here in the Yukon last week.
Gold! Gold ain't nothing like gold.
Well, excuse me for arguing that point, old-timer, but you can't eat gold like you can swell-tasting Quaker-puffed wheat and Quaker-puffed rice. The cereal shot from guns.
Shot? Who shot?
It's the choice premium grains of flavor-rich wheat and rice that are shot.
Eh?
Actually exploded up to 8 times normal size to make them bigger and better tasting.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Well, I've been trying to tell you that it's Quaker-puffed wheat and Quaker-puffed rice that are shot from guns so they're magnified, crispified, and have bang-up nut-like flavor, too.
I've been gold hungry for a long time, but...
Yes, your appetite strikes it rich when you pour out a heaping bowl of wheat or rice shot from guns and top it with good, rich cream and luscious, fresh fruit.
Say!
You fellas and girls, too. At breakfast every morning, reach for the big red and blue package for the genuine shot-from-gun cereal. The one and only delicious Quaker-puffed wheat and Quaker-puffed rice. Now to continue. Sergeant Preston harnessed his team, and with King in the lead, they raced down Front Street to the Klondike.
On King! On, you husky!
As soon as King started along the frozen river, he knew the ice was not to be trusted, as it was during the middle of the winter. The Chinook, a warm wind from the south, had been blowing for 3 days during the past week. It had turned cold again, Fresh snow had fallen, but the ice underneath had been weakened. King's flying feet were wary, and time and again he swerved to the right or to the left.
That's it, King. Pick your own trail, boy.
On they raced through the night. And then, just as dawn was breaking, the sergeant saw a campfire by the side of the trail.
There's a traveler up ahead. That must be Bill.
King knew it was the man he had been told to follow the previous evening, and he raced straight for the campsite. But the man had seen the sergeant, climbed on board his sled, and drove on up the frozen river.
Just hold this pace, King.
The man was driving hard, and for a time he managed to keep his lead. The sun rose, and the sergeant was sure of the driver's identity now.
Stop, Bill! Stop! It isn't safe to drive that fast on soft ice.
Just as the sergeant shouted his warning, an ominous crack splintered the silence of the wilderness. At one moment, Bill could be seen clearly riding the runners of his sled. The next moment, both the sled and the man disappeared.
He's broken through.
The dogs were safe, however, and the sled soon reappeared, dragging behind them, overturned and empty. Sergeant Preston searched the narrow slit of black water that scarred the whiteness of the trail. Bill reached the surface and began to struggle out of his pocket.
Grab hold of the ice. Hang on. King, how you have Come on.
You can't come any closer. You'll break through.
I know. I'm sending King on to you. Steady, boy, while I get you unharnessed. He'll crawl to the edge of the ice, Bill. You'll be able to grab his harness. Hang on tight and he'll pull you out. Don't try to stand up now. Lie flat. He'll drag you back where it's safe.
I can't. Oh, much longer.
All right, King, you know what to do. Go on, boy.
Yes, King understood what was expected of him. Once before, he had saved the sergeant's life in the same situation. He crouched lower and lower as he reached the edge of the water.
Come on, King. My hands are slipping. Just a little more. I can reach your harness. Got it.
Good work, Bill. Hang on. Don't try to help too much. Just let King pull and hold on.
Right.
Inch by inch, King worked his way back from the edge of the ice. When he was almost clear of the water, Bill lost his grip with one of his hands. King stopped until he regained it. Then the slow retreat to safety began again. Bill was lying on the ice, a foot from the water. 3 feet. 6 feet. The sergeant moved in to help.
The ice is strong enough for you to stand here. Here, I'll help you. On the sled now. That's it. Now we'll cover you with blankets. We're heading for the bank. Up front, King.
I've never been so cold in my life.
We'll soon have a fair going. On, King. Tree boy, King!
When the campfire was roaring, Bill took off his clothes and, wrapped in blankets, huddled close to the flames. The sergeant pocketed the gun Bill had picked up on the floor of the office and listened to the same story Bill had told Mary. Then,
we have a different theory concerning the murder, Bill.
Oh, I tell you, it must have been Curly. It wasn't I.
I didn't say it was. No, there are 2 other men involved, Charlie Nash and Joe Rogers. And just as you've been following Curly, he's been following them. I suppose they're heading for their camp.
Oh, but, Sergeant, I saw
He may
Curly
have seen Charlie and Joe.
outside the office?
That's my theory.
Oh, you're not allowing for the fact that Curly is my enemy.
You may be his enemy, but he isn't yours. Harry tells me he'd like to go into partnership with you again and back your Rainbow Creek development.
What?
That's the way I understand it.
He'd do that after the way we've acted to each other.
Don't you really mean after the way you've acted toward him?
Ever since Wilderness, I always
Well, let
thought
this new idea sink in. You can talk it over with Curly later after we solve the problem of Harry's murder. Oh, here comes your team. They want to get warm, too.
Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the sled.
No, you'll be able to travel as soon as your clothes dry out. I must leave you and head on to Last Ditch. You can either follow me or go back to Dawson.
Charlie and Joe are killers. Well, then Curly's life is in danger.
I'm afraid so.
I'll be following you, Sergeant. Yeah, be sure of that.
Charlie Nash and Joe Rogers arrived at their cabin on Last Ditch late that afternoon. They unharnessed their team, turned their dogs into the run, fed them, and then carried their trail equipment into the cabin.
At last. Oh, I'm dead. That's no way to travel without stopping at all.
Yeah, we're back, and we did what we started out to do. What more can you ask?
But if someone saw us...
No one did.
We should have stayed around for a while.
By now, young Chalmers is in jail.
We'd have been sure of that if we'd stayed.
I'll tell you why we didn't stay. I didn't trust you.
Why not?
I was afraid of the way you'd act if the police started to question you.
Oh, I wish we hadn't done it.
Would you rather give away a third of the dust we have hidden under the floor? Would you rather give away a third of all we take from the claim from now on?
You talked me into it.
Answer me. Would you rather give away a third of our dust?
Not if no one saw us.
I talked you into it. Don't make me laugh. Come on, let's light a fire and rustle some grub.
Hey, listen. Those aren't our dogs.
They could be real bright at times. Who said they were?
But who could be traveling this way? Ours is the only cabin on the creek.
We'll see who it is.
Oh, it's getting too dark to see it. Hey, it could be a Mountie.
Get outside behind the cabin and wait there.
What?
Just in case. I'll do the talking, whoever it is.
Don't you want my gun? You threw yours into the office.
Keep your gun, and use it if it's necessary. Now, hurry up. Around in back. He's almost here.
All right. I'll go.
Oh, you Who there?
Hello there.
You're Charlie Nash, aren't you?
That's right.
I'm Curly Randolph.
Well, come on in.
That's what I figured on doing.
Just a second. I'll light the lamp and get a fire started. We just got back from Dawson.
Where's your partner?
Oh, Joe? He's out in back feeding the dogs.
Oh, they're mighty quiet. My dogs usually scrap a little when I feed them.
Ours are better trained. What brings you to Last Ditch, Randolph?
I think I'd better unlimber my hardware. You're covered, Charlie.
So I see. What's the idea?
You asked what brought me here. It was something I saw last night in Dawson.
Yeah?
In the Golden Lady, to be exact. I heard a shot, and I saw you toss your gun into Harry Wilson's office. I saw you and your partner beat it out the rear door of the cafe. Then a friend of mine stepped out of the office with your gun in his hand. That's all I saw because I took after you. It looked to me as if Harry might have been shot and that my friend might be blamed for it.
And now what do you expect to do?
Take you and your partner back to Dawson.
We'll see what Joe thinks of that.
Stop that gun next to the ceiling.
Better do what he says, Curly. You have me covered. He has you covered. That's better.
No, higher with those hands. Why was he holding a gun on you, Charlie?
He saw us leaving the Golden Lady. But he was evidently the only one who saw us.
What'll we do with him?
There's only one answer to that question. Shoot him.
Now? Right now?
There's no sense in waiting.
Charlie, in cold blood. I can't.
Yeah, you fool. Give me that gun.
No, you won't.
As Charlie reached for the gun, Curly knocked the lamp from the table. He ducked as Charlie fired and ran for the door. Charlie fired again.
No.
Curly was hit, but he kept running. His team was down the bank. Instead of heading for it, he cut to the left in the cover of the trees that lined the creek. A volley of shots broke out behind him, but somehow he wasn't hit again. He kept running downstream, deeper and deeper into the cover of the woods. He heard a crashing in the undergrowth to his right and turned sharply back toward the creek. He ran on and on. It seemed to be for hours. The shot that had grazed his head made it impossible for him to think clearly. His brain was no longer conscious of what his muscles were doing. Finally, a great wave of blackness swept over him. When he opened his eyes, he had no idea where he was for a moment. Above him were logs, the roof of a cabin.
No.
The cabin. He was back in the cabin. They had found him. He must get away somehow. He tried to rise, but a hand pushed him back to the cot.
Easy there.
Then Curly's vision cleared, and he recognized the man bending over him.
Sergeant Preston.
That's right, Curly.
Charlie and Joe.
Don't try to talk.
But I must.
It's all right, Curly. Charlie and Joe can't cause any more trouble. They're much more seriously wounded than you are.
Wounded?
I drove up just as you ran out of the cabin. They opened fire on me, and I turned out to be the better shot.
Oh. Sergeant, in Dawson, I saw...
I know. Charlie shot Harry Wilson and hoped that Bill Chalmers would be blamed for the crime. Joe's made a complete confession.
Then Bill is in the clear.
Yes.
Oh. No. I wish my head were clear. I remember running through the woods for a long time. And then...
Your strength gave out.
Yeah.
It was Bill who found you and brought you here.
Bill?
Yes. Here he is.
Hi, Curly.
Hi.
We can talk later. Why don't you take the sergeant's advice? Rest. Take it easy, partner.
Partner, Bill.
If that's the way you want it, Curly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I want it.
Then, in my opinion, King, this case is closed.
Sergeant Preston will return in just a moment with a word about our next exciting adventure. The family races to the breakfast table when there's delicious Quaker popped rice or Quaker popped wheat to eat.
They're crisp as can be because of the sealed inner lining in the package.
And everybody goes for the toasty, nut-like flavor of the good, natural grain.
The sun-ripened flavor that old Mother Nature puts into the ones shot from guns.
They are never coated with factory sweetening.
As Mother knows, some like their cereal not so sweet, others like it very, very sweet.
And that's the beauty of Quaker puffed rice and wheat.
The whole family can sweeten them with sugar as they like.
So remember, eat a better breakfast, enjoy a better day.
Eat the best-tasting breakfast treat. Delicious Quaker puffed rice and Quaker puffed wheat.
And listen, fellas and girls.
If you like camping trips and hikes,
If you like eating outdoors under the blue sky,
something wonderful is coming your way.
hear full details of a terrific offer on these Thursday programs soon.
Listen every Thursday.
And now, here is Sergeant Preston.
Sergeant Preston reporting for duty, Inspector.
Sergeant, a man has just arrived from the States with a map that is supposed to show where gold may be found.
Well, if it's a new location, sir, we're probably due for trouble. Half the people in the Yukon will race to stake a claim.
It is a new location. Your job is to prevent trouble, and if you can't prevent it, capture those who start it.
Sergeant Preston wears a grim expression as he accepts the assignment. He knows that when the gold bug bites men, those men go mad. He knows that madmen seeking gold forget all rules of law and order. He may very well come face to face with hordes of men turned savage. Be sure to hear this next exciting adventure. These radio dramas, a feature of Sergeant Preston of the Yukon Incorporated, are created by George W. Trendle, produced by Trendle Campbell Muir Incorporated, directed by Fred Flowerday, and supervised by Charles D. Livingston. The part of Sergeant Preston is played by Paul Sutton. Sergeant Preston of the Yukon is brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday at this same time. On Thursday, by Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice. The breakfast cereals shot from guns. Boys, girls, hurry. Get this special brand new collection of 18 Braves of Indian Nations trading cards. That's 18 Indian trading cards, all different, all reproductions of original paintings of famous Indians. Set includes Arapaho War Dance, Hopi Snake Dancer, Blackfeet Buffalo Hunter, Sitting Bull Geronimo Crazy Horse, to name a few. Every card in full colors, stiff back, regular playing card size. These exciting Indian trading cards are not on sale in stores. They're offered only by Quaker Pack-O-10. That's Quaker Pack-O-10. 10 crisp, fresh individual servings of 6 different favorite ready-to-serve cereals. Remember, only Pack-O-10 has wheat and rice shot from guns. And inside special new packages now at grocers, you get a sample Indian trading card free of extra cost. To get an entire collection of 18 in a hurry, do this. But act fast. Supply is limited. Right now, tonight, send name, address, and 10 cents. That's only 10 cents, together with money-back guarantee seal or special order blank from bottom of Pack-O-10 package. Mail to Indian Cards, Box 712. I'll repeat that. Box 712, Chicago 77, Illinois. This is J. Michael wishing you goodbye, good luck, and good health from Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice. So long. Listen tomorrow at this same time to The Green Hornet, brought to you by the drink that makes you feel fresh again, delicious Orange Crush. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com, and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate this episode within your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to OTRWesterns.com/Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to OTRWesterns.com/YouTube. Become one of our ranch hands and unlock some exclusive content. We want to thank our most recent ranch hands, Steve and Ron W., who joined us recently. You too can join by going to OTRWesterns.com/donate. Send us an email, podcast@OTRWesterns.com, and you can call and leave us a voicemail, 707-986-8739. This episode is copyrighted under the attribution non-commercial share-alike copyright. For more information, go to OTRWesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.